Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we're going to be taking a look at something really quite awesome, and that is this toggleable redstone moat. Now for anyone who sat there thinking, I have no idea what a moat is, don't worry, gonna try my best to explain it to you very briefly here. This is from way back in the days where people used to build castles and things, and a really common way of keeping out intruders was to build yourself a moat, a small band of water that goes right the way around your home, meaning that you would slow down intruders trying to get in so you could pick them off nice and easily, for example from your bedroom or something. Now obviously, the olden days are pretty old, and it's not exactly groundbreaking technology, so I thought I'd try and jazz things up a little bit by adding in some redstone, and I'm actually pretty happy with what I've come up with. Now for this part of the video, I'm going to ask you guys to use your imagination a little bit, so bear with me here, but just imagine that you're being chased by a pack of rabid zombies. There's a large pack of them, they all want to eat your flesh, they want to devour your brains, and you know what? You're stood here thinking, I don't really want to be a part of that. In fact, that's something that I actively want to try and avoid. So you just run inside this little area, flick this lever, and as you can see, all of the sand drops down, and you have got yourself a nice little water moat. So all the zombies that are chasing you will fall down into there. You can just pick them off nice and easily using your sword. Any creepers that drop down into there and explode, they're not actually going to deal any damage to the surrounding area due to the fact that they're in water. Your only slight concern is skeletons and witches, the ranged mobs. But let's be honest, they can be quite easily protected against. You can either increase the size of your central area or get yourself a slightly better building, because let's face it, this isn't exactly a battle fort, is it? I've now stripped away all of the decoration blocks so that you can see all of the bare redstone, and I'm going to warn you, first impressions are probably going to be, geez, that looks really quite complicated, but I can promise you that it's a lot simpler than it looks. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, and boff. There it is. This is the piston moat, and it is entirely made up of two different circuits. You've got the bottom piston extension, and you've got the top piston extension. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's just a bunch of gravity-based double piston extenders, which are some of the easiest circuits to build in Minecraft. There just happens to be quite a large number of them. One thing that I feel deserves a little bit more explaining is the fact that I've got a few double piston extenders dropped down just a couple of levels. Now the reason that I've done this is because on the inside of all of the corners, for example this block right here, underneath this block, we've got the drop down double piston extender, and the reason that we've done that is because the way that I power this is using these direct redstone lines, and when it's on a corner you have a piston here and a piston here, which means that you can't directly power any of the blocks in the central section here. So that is why I've had to drop it down a couple levels and actually power it all independently. So you have to do that for every single one that you have on the inside of a corner, but really it's not too much trouble. Due to the nature of this build, I'm not going to be able to do a proper tutorial for this one, simply because different people might want different sized moats, or they might want different shaped moats or other such things, and there would be so many possible combinations for ways that you can do it, I just wouldn't be able to cover all of them. So what I thought I'd do instead is show you quickly how to do the double piston extender, so you know how to do that one, and then all you have to do is link all of that up. Should be pretty simple, so let's crack straight on. So you want to get things started with a line of blocks going across like this with redstone dust on top of all of those blocks. Then you want to grab another line of blocks like this and place another line of redstone dust on top of all of those blocks. Then you want to go around the back, place a bunch of sticky pistons across the bottom, and then a bunch of regular pistons on top of those with a bunch of sand blocks on top of all of those blocks. Then quite simply you just want to create a 2x2 area like this, redstone dust on top of all those blocks, and then a repeater set to 4 ticks, a repeater set to 1 tick, running into that redstone right there. Then you just want to place a block up like this with redstone dust on top like that, a 1 block there with an upside down half slab there, redstone dust on top of that half slab, and then a repeater running straight into this redstone set to 2 ticks, and believe it or not, that is everything done. So if you just run a redstone signal down into this piece of redstone here, you can see we get our double extension and also our double retraction, which means that everything is up and running. So now you just have to link it up to all of these. Yes, it's going to be fairly complicated, and you are going to use quite a lot of pistons, but trust me, it's worth it, because this is a really impressive looking build. Obviously, the main things I want to mention is, of course, on the inside of any corner that you do, you're going to have to drop the double piston extender down, but once again, it's exactly the same circuit as we had beforehand. And other than that, you should be pretty much good to go. It's a really very simple circuit, but as I say, does use quite a few resources. Now, of course, if you do want to take a closer look at this thing, then there is a well download down in the description for anyone that wants to check that out. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.